Hola, buen dia. It is another day in Uyuni in Bolivia. My eyes are slightly puffy, and for context, you want to watch my previous video on how to do the salt flats without a tour guide. The day after, which is today, I woke up with severely inflamed eyes. I think this may have been because of the salt air, maybe the sunlight, and maybe the wind blowing the salt in my eyes from yesterday. When I went to bed last night, my eyes were very red on the white. There was no swelling around it, but this morning they really puffed up. So today I'm just going to walk around Uyuni and see what it has to offer. There's two dogs walking towards me over there, and I've already walked past a fire just outside my hostel, a very small one with some material. Not sure what these two dogs are up to. This rail track where I'm on right now, I'm going to be following later. I'm just going to walk up a bit further towards apparently a football stadium, but they can barely finish houses here, so I'm not sure what the football stadium looks like. But after that I'm going to be following in the direction of the railway line to what I think is an abandoned train where most of the Uyuni salt flat tours begin. There seems to be a bus parked in the middle of this road with no one in it and a car behind him. It looks like the parking on this road is in the middle of the road and the cars drive up either side of it. For example, you'll see a car coming out here on that side of the bus, and cars coming the other way will be on this side, like this one behind me. So the middle of the road barriers here in Uyuni, Bolivia are vehicles and buses. So I've just wasted 10 minutes of my time parading the circumference of Estadio Oficial Uyuni, which is here behind me, trying to find an entrance, but there isn't one. The only parts I may be able to see is through this one hole here. Wow, how interesting. This clock tower in the centre of Uyuni was imported from Hamburg, Germany in 1926 and funded by civil and religious authorities. I'm in and around the main plaza now, and it's quite nice here. There's lots of sunflowers behind me and sort of Bolivian colours as well. In the centre there is a fountain without any water. I'm now on one of the main roads towards the bus terminals, and there is a train just above my finger there, and in front of me, you won't be able to guess, a big woman made of, I think, the scrap metal from the trains in Uyuni. Here is the Bolivian social club in Uyuni. Let's have a party. Cricket, soccer, basketball, and other English type sports. Well, less so basketball, I suppose. Is that American? I'm not sure. But English engineers used to go here to the social club and put on events as well as literary and musical evenings in around 1952. This monument in the middle of this roundabout, which I am stood on around here, is to represent the soldiers in the Chaco War of 1932, which lasted 4 years and more than 50,000 Bolivian casualties and 20,000 prisoners. There weren't enough soldiers, so 12 to 15-year-olds were called up to fight. As I'm walking to the train cemetery, the train area with the abandoned train, there seem to be two soldiers, actually more than two soldiers here behind me, so I'm not sure if I'm allowed to walk through here, so I'm going to go and ask. Hola. ¿Puedo caminar por acá o no? No. ¿Dónde puedo caminar por cementerio de trenes? Cementerio de trenes para allá. ¿Izquierda y derecha? Bueno, gracias. Here is the bus terminal area. It's a bit dirtier around here, as it usually is around bus stations. I turned left and right as per the conversation with the military official, and now I'm going to be walking onto the lonely railroad here in Uyuni. Oh, there's two tracks, double tracks. And I'm going to be heading that away. About 25 minutes later, and I'm nearly there, you can see the train wreck behind me. Vamos. There is some kind of truck making noises on a microphone behind me. Not sure what they said, but at the start it was listen, listen, my friends. So I am here now in the middle of the train cemetery. Let's take a closer look. See how deep the old wheels are in the ground there. Although this one is actually on the track. Right, let's go in and have a look. So, I'm on/in the train now, and here is the front of the train with the steam pipe at the front. It looks like it has been frequented in the past. Some graffiti here. There it is, the old coalface. So I'm here in Uyuni in the train cemetery at the start of the salt flats, and right now I'm in the middle of an old rusty train, and I believe this area through this hole behind me is where they used to load the coal in to get the steam train going. So the insides of these carriages and trains, they must be over 50 years old, so I don't think they've kept up too well, but it's quite interesting to see inside, and I think I'm allowed to climb inside without anybody telling me off. I have now climbed aboard on the top like the Polar Express, or maybe Tom Cruise. Okay, I've had enough fun mounting and dismounting these trains and carriages now. I'm going to walk about 5 minutes to a place where I think somebody has made some kind of figurines, like a giraffe or a robot, out of the scrap metal from these trains. My eyes are still feeling puffy, but I'm getting through it. There is a tall group behind me, some more people who have been robbed, and here there is a nice Uyuni sign. I'm going to walk a bit further because there's a swing there and I want to swing on it, but the tourists are walking towards it. In fact, one's walking right to... Oh, there's another swing over here. Let's go on this one. Here is a random wall, which I just walked towards to see what was behind it, but there isn't much, just a couple of empty Corona bottles, free advertisement. And there is where I've just come from, these abandoned trains, beautiful blue skies and mountains in the background. Now if you come here with a tour guide, then expect to have a limited time here, whereas me, I'm by myself, and I can spend as much time as I want here. And I'm going to walk through this funny looking train, almost looks like I need to jump through that hoop to get through. I'm not sure what's happened in this area. The track seems to stop on the floor as well. Okay, interesting. So I'm now on the other side, and I'm going to be heading this direction towards the aforementioned scrap metal creations. There's a sign here that says Tips Metal Art Uyuni. Scorpion chair to start off with. I've got a metal heart-shaped and a metal fish shape doubling up as bins for plastics. Then we've got a transformer, quite a few of these. Some kind of robot. Oh, this one's interesting. This is alien. Wow. And then here we have a kind of dragon. Here we've got a massive giraffe, another transformer, and another transformer. And that is the tour of this section over. And I can hear a bird. It's not often you hear too much nature in here in the desert area. I'm going to be walking back towards the town now, probably to the central market. I'm now outside the central market here above me, and I'm going to go inside, but also on the outside there's lots of sellers on the streets. This woman is selling stuff, and on a sign apparently it's good for kidney diseases.
Para sus animales.
Permiso. Gracias.
Sa akin yung dihit man kasi. Upag man ang tabit ako na. Lato ka yung tutok ha? Buenas tardes. Oye, tenía yo fuera la... ¿Y esto sale para allá, no? Sí, a la fuerza.
I'm not buying anything from there today because I've got enough food. At the moment I'll probably come here tomorrow or the day after though, because I've got a long journey to Sucre coming up. I also already bought 6 tomatoes and 2 cucumbers there the other day. And I'm back at the clock tower now, but on the way I didn't even notice this monument here with Bolivia on it, and Uyuni as well. Lots of sunglasses and Bolivian hats and merchandise for sale. Some Bolivian music as well if you're interested in buying any souvenirs. And this is almost like a restaurant street. A massive husky type dog. Here is a small iglesia church and a small minibus, some men working, and a fairground in the central plaza, but it's not working at the moment, I don't believe. Well, the Ferris wheel isn't anyway. And now we have a spanner in the works. This monument representing Labor Day here in Bolivia. The 21st of January apparently, if I've translated correctly, on the plaque on the side of it. Some old sort of antique looking buildings here on the side, and some more little monuments like this, what do you want to call that, a little cart, and just up ahead from it is another one looking similar to the woman that I walked past earlier, made of scrap metal. This one's more silver looking, and the hair looks like mine after a few weeks of not brushing it. Can't really see the hair from there, you can from here. Quite a big monument again, with the arms sticking out. Now my hostel's only about another 5 minutes in that direction, so sooner or later I'm going to be wrapping up this video. The only other thing I'm going to be doing is buying some water because my lips are starting to crust.